Hey, we're Company Rattles and Toys. I'm back here, and I have an awesome theory video to talk to you guys about some really cool ideas that might give us a look into the future of what's going on. Now, if you want to know who decoded these ciphers, I have to still post all the ciphers that everyone's been decoding, but pretty much Liam and Milo are the two guys that are decoding every cipher. They're absolutely doing a great job. So I will link in the description Mr. Raffle Waffle's video, and also in cards, annotate his channel and the video, so you guys can go check out how he does those processes, how he breaks down the ciphers, and how he ended up finding this one that's in the boxer's gym. And it reads, although they discovered the way, Primus will fail. Now, we've only seen Primus in another place before, and that is in Origins. When you put all these scraps of paper together, you got the picture on screen that I'm showing you now, showing our original Fab 4, the first. These are the first versions of our Fab 4 in the many different worlds. Now, it's very possible that they've lost their memory in Origins, and they are still the same ones. We even see the statues with the Black Sun logos on their chests. Now, what's really incredible to me, like Milo brought up some good points, but something that I've been now turning in my head over and over about the storyline implications of this. It's a really big deal that whoever wrote this note, and these notes seem typically to come true, seem to really speak volumes about the story. It's Treyarch's way of telling us things that they can't really tell us, that we really have to work hard for. And they're telling us these four know the way. We've heard this in the trailer where Nikolai says it in the giant trailer that maybe there is a way to save everyone, get home to our families.
Maybe there is a way to end all of this. To return to our homes, our old lives, our families.
There's a way to solve it, stop the zombies and figure everything out. They now know this way. Richtofen doesn't necessarily believe in the same things our three characters believe in, Takeo, Nikolai, and Dempsey, but he walks a path he can only walk alone.
I walk a path no other can take. I alone can lead us to our salvation.
And then we go back to our picture that we got the other day with more scraps that we put together in Shadows of Evil, and it says, everyone must die. That's the key, that everyone needs to die. And then you hear the radios inside the giant with Maxis and Richtofen talking to one another that this is a path that only Richtofen can take. He knows the great sacrifice it is to be killing himself and all this stuff. So what does this sum up to? Very possibly, I think this has a chance that our original crew, the Primus group, the best of the best, these are the most sane, these are our amazing Fab 4 characters that we absolutely love, are going to set everything up for a crew, one of the crews we've either met or have not met, to save the world, but it's not theirs to save. They may end up making the ultimate sacrifice by killing themselves, which is then going to leapfrog us to the end. How to beat zombies, how to make it all stop. This group has something so important that they're going to have to make the ultimate sacrifice at some point in these maps. Whether it's the very next map that we're going to get, or it's going to be our last DLC map, that remains to be seen. But I have a hunch, or at least would like this to be the case, is that the people that are going to end up solving everything, that'll be the end all for zombies, is going to be our original World at War crew. It's going to be the group with Sam and Richtofen's body, Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takeo. They got off Moon somehow, and their crazy selves might come down a little bit from the crazy, all the testing and everything they got messed up on. What poetic justice it would be for Treyarch to have it end with the group they started with. And they are the ones that actually saw it through. That even the completely sane ones, the ones that are fighting, time traveling, going through all these dimensions, assembling the keys, getting us together, that group of people isn't enough to save it. They are part of the root cause of all the problems, of all the issues in space-time. Now, remember, Element 115 is a fabric of space-time, and all these rifts are causing issues. You're not supposed to be able to have guns going between eras and people jumping from one rift to another now that Richtofen has this power. Maxis can talk between dimensions. Everything's out of whack, and that's not how it's meant to be. And it would be incredible if our original crew is the one that's going to solve it together. Now, I don't want to take the idea out that it's very possible that a different crew altogether could do it. Or maybe, the Mob of the Dead crew could be the key or something like that. I don't see that as likely. I think the Call of the Dead, Mob of the Dead, Shadows of Evil, those extra crews that we've experienced, even the Marines, that would be a curveball there. But I don't think they have enough for Treyarch to want to have them return and be the saviors. Even the transit crew would be a hard sell for the people at Treyarch. So it's very possible that they're going to have this final group of heroes, maybe different versions of our characters, like maybe a German Dempsey, an American Richtofen, just really messed up dimensional worlds where roles are reversed, attitudes are changed, and it's just one of the many multiverses, the many universes that we see of our characters. Primus, the one that the best of the best group, the original 4, are gonna fail in zombies, which is fascinating. These guys that are now have changed history are going to fail. We hear these time skips. We have dimensional insertion techniques. These people are so on top of how to save or change the future. But Richtofen has a much different plan that we have to know about. He's not telling the other 3 characters what's going on. The 3 characters want to get history back on track and fix the rifts. Richtofen's going a step further. He wants to end everything, is what he's looking for. And it might not be possible with the way he's going and the insanity that's happening to him. You see the beacon, we light it in the Giant, and we're supposed to be saved by Maxis, and then theoretically, it seems like we're going to be taken from the Giant to the next map, the new one in the DLC that's coming out, which is super exciting, the Iron Dragon or Ice Dragon, whatever way you want to translate this argument in point in time. This could be this research facility, this floating castle in the sky. We're getting into more and more just crazy places. Griffin Castle was, I think, the development name for it, I was told. We're going somewhere very, very special with zombies. Somewhere that is getting us to this frozen forest, this next dimensional idea of a different level, that we're going to get to a certain point where our characters will do so much and know so much, but they won't be able to save it. It's not theirs. It's not theirs to save anymore. And that's when I think it would be amazing if we had like an Argatha map or something where we have our original 4 coming in, I mean the main people, and ending it all. Finding a way to end it all, make the great sacrifice, the Origins crew dies, and maybe even the crew we play as, you know, the secondary crew from World at War to the end of Black Ops 1, maybe those are the guys that are going to end up sacrificing themselves for a grand ending. I would love to see something like that. So tell me your thoughts about these ideas and the translations and everything, like how you digested all this. I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Leave a rating if you did enjoy. That really helps me out, shows the support. Comment, like I said, about your theories, because I respond to just about every comment I can, unless it's like ridiculous or it has no relevance. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more Black Ops 3 Zombies news and information, theories, and more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.